comes around, being technically Boxing Day.
There we go. All right.
Got my little desk fan going because it's still pretty warm, even though it's only 20 odd degrees outside. It's still pretty warm. Did you get hit by that? Did you get hit by the big storms?
We've had rain, but yeah, I know further south got the storm as well. But we had rain. But yeah, weather hasn't been real great up this way.
Yeah, because I saw it was Central Coast, Gosford.
Yeah, the rain's been enough. So I put off doing some yard work and that, and it's like, oh, okay, rain.
Any excuse.
Anyway.
I had to do my lawn. My lawn was a disaster zone. So it's like this morning, I was out doing it. I've got a lawnmower that's battery powered one, and realised the battery's actually in my wife's shop at the moment, so it wasn't very helpful.
Yeah.
So I went out there. I've neglected it for so long. I actually embarrassingly went out there with a hedge trimmer to chop back some of the longer grass, then used the whippersnipper.
I've done that before. I've done that.
Embarrassing. This is one of those like pots of bricks that's just like I've never sorted, but I regularly go to find stuff.
Yeah, I've got. So what I'm working on at the moment, I know exactly what you're saying, because I've got at the moment, I don't know if I'm going to call it organized sort of chaos, but I've got containers full of, I know, like elements that I'm going to use, but you know, they're all white at the moment because that's the sort of the color I'm going for. So I'm doing a mock firehouse or fire station, because I've changed up how I'm going to do my layout. I've reduced the height. Like you could think kind of Mills plate, but you know, it's not officially sort of Mills plate technique, but I'm doing a raised section, so I've got waterfront, all that sort of stuff. And then I'm going to have, where the raised section is, there'll be, I'm accommodating the new road plate system. So
I'm still in two minds about that new road plate system, because it's the wrong blooming height.
Well, yes, if you're doing if you're on a flat surface, or if you like city or layout is, you know, just like flat.
It's higher than a base plate.
It is, yeah, because it's a plate. It's basically a plate and a tile. But because primarily mine is going to be elevated anyway, I can make it work, but that's because I'm doing the layout the way that I am sort of doing it. So I've already started my first new 48 by 48 base plate.
Yeah, folded nails.
So because I'm doing it that way, you know, I have that ability to make it work, except doing curves. I haven't sort of figured that out. So I'm not really going to be able to, you know, do like the curved roads, like the 32 by 32 road plates, but that's fine. But if you look at how they're doing that road plate system, because it's like on an 8 by 8 by 16 by the looks of it plate, but the height of it is a plate and a tile. But if you join them together, you've got 16 by 16. So I've already tested it for how I've sort of done it just to start with, and it works okay. But yeah, so let's see how we go.
They're basically the plates they've been using in friend sets for ages.
Yeah, they are. I've got a couple of them in like that light sort of whatever that yellow, but it's not yellow. It's almost like that light yellow sort of color. I don't know what the actual technical name for it, but anyway. Yeah, I've got it in that, and I think they did one in possibly pink as well. And they've done shorter ones as well. Like they've done the smaller sort of 8 by, I want to say 8 by 8. I might be wrong on that, but
yeah, my younger daughter, I've got her some of the sort of 4+ sets, and they come in those quite often.
yeah, but they've also got studs as well as that sort of tile, well, effectively smooth section as well on top. But they've also got studs where if you look at the images from, well, I mean, from what I could see from the lego.com.au images or the lego.com images, you zoom right in on it and you can see where it's effectively the height of a plate and plus tiles. So, but have you heard whether they're going to phase out the 32 by 32 road plates?
No.
So I still haven't heard anything on that either.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I've got a stack of road plates that I don't use. So.
Yeah.
I bought a job lot off someone on eBay and used them for a while, but then I don't use them at all anymore.
Well, I figured, I mean, I've got some as well, so I'm not too worried because I figured, well, my kids will use them, and if I ever want them back, and or if they get sick of using them, I can just take them back anyway. So it's not, you know, for me, it's okay. I got a few extras just in case as well, just to sort of have, you know, if I did change my mind and wanted to go back to a more sort of traditional, you know, just a flat tabletop sort of idea. Yeah. So see how we go.
Drinking my Tooheys Old tonight.
I've got Great Northern.
Chat. We've got Tim Such. Good morning from Bournemouth. It's a balmy 4 degrees. That's 1 degree warmer than where my parents are in Essex.
Oh wow!
They're expecting snow today.
Ah, okay. There you go.
Books, one for each building. That would make sense. Well, it is one for each building. Oh, yeah. Book 1 does the left building. Book 2 does the right building.
Ah, well, there you go.
Awesome. Genius. I like when I see like these 2 small plates as well. It seems like it's really small.
Yeah. What are you building? I should have. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's cool.
Try and build it before the police station arrives.
Yeah. I've got that set. It's awesome. I did a half and half, but I changed it up a little bit where I built the bookshop part as it is, and then next door, rather than having the apartment building or the townhouse, I put a laundromat and then a small apartment up on top. So just to sort of for my own thing, just to change it up a bit.
Definitely going to be adding some stuff to the actual bookshop to actually make it like a bookshop. Yeah,
I think we talked about it. When was that in the first?
Yeah, last time. Right?
Last time or time before we were talking about just how it sort of, I suppose, like the first. So you've got the ground floor and then the first floor, second floor. Where for me, it's sort of lost its charm a little bit. I mean, that's just me, but I mean, yeah.
We've got Smurf 730. Hello, Andrew Thornton. G'day, mate.
G'day.
And Bricks Studios.
Oh, cool. There you go.
I was going to build it. I was going to do my Vestas wind turbine tonight, but my daughter saw the trailer for it and she's like, "Oh, can I build that with you?" I'm like,
oh, cool.
Fine.
What are you putting that in your city?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
For some reason, I've always loved that set.
Yeah, it's tall. obviously being like a wind turbine, but I mean it's big, even Lego big.
Yeah, but it's awesome as well. I don't know why. I've always had a fascination with it.
Have you got?
I need keep keeping an eye out for the small. They did a small city set where it was like a transporter for a wind turbine.
Oh, I remember seeing that.
It was a much smaller build. I can't remember the set number, but
yeah.
Smurf 730. Have you got any pictures of that anywhere? I'd be intrigued to see it, mate. It's my plan. I think this is what I said on the last stream was I want to make it a bit more like the bookshop in Notting Hill, where it's just like piles of books everywhere.
Yeah,
that's how a bookshop should be to me, or the kind of style of bookshop they've created. It was a bit
actually
kind of anemic.
This is going to show my age. This is also going to show my taste in movies. But you mentioned Notting Hill, yeah?
Yep.
Did you know, or sorry, do you know of, or have you seen another movie? I want to say maybe not so much in the same vein as Notting Hill, but it's a movie called You've Got Mail.
I think I have seen that.
Tom Hanks, Meg Ryan, and she plays a character who owns a bookshop, like a little tiny, like almost hole in the wall style sort of bookshop, as in that little, tiny little but very, quaint sort of, and that's, beautiful little bookstore and books everywhere. And that's when I got that set, I was sort of, that's what it reminded me of a little bit. And I was sort of kind of trying to go, now, if I was going to do an interior for something like that, that's the sort of thing I'd go for. Like that little bit of a, not a rundown interior, but, an interior that's been around forever, where
where only sort of the person that owns it knows where everything is.
Exactly. It's almost like, is it Ollivanders from Harry Potter? Where is it Ollivanders for the wands? For the wands, just wands everywhere, But you sort of walk in and it's not all flashy and retail end. It's like that. Everything's old and a bit dusty and a bit, and that. So I wanted to sort of, I thought if I was going to ever do a bookstore mock, I would try and do maybe something like that, or have it, instead of being on a 16 by 32, like almost make it a full 32 by 34, even a corner build, but have room for like a little cafe inside the bookstore, because that would make sense. You could sell coffees and cupcake or whatever, and then have plenty of seats, like where you could just sit and it was almost, if I was going to buy the set, and I think it's retiring soon, or maybe I'm getting that one wrong. The Friends, not the actual theme, but from the TV show, the Friends set, sort of morphing that interior and also the bookshop interior into like a, my own little mock almost. I had thoughts of doing that, but I didn't get the Friends set, so I'm sort of, I don't know.
You'd need to do that on a big base plate though.
Well, see, that's what I thought. If I did it on a 32 by 32, because it'd be small, but
the Friends set is already this big.
Yeah, it is a big. It's a big set, that one too.
I had enough trouble getting it onto a 32 base plate without adding other stuff to it.
Oh, okay. Well, then my only other thought was to almost do like a mezzanine level, perhaps, like where you've got stairs going up to like another seating area, but also have books up there as well, like on bookshelves, all that sort of thing, and have like a mezzanine level. I don't know. There's a lot there, but anyway, it's and I can see my my lighting, because I'm getting the glare off my I've got some LED style lighting, But I can see the round ring, and you can see the little tripod that the light's on. I'm trying to sort out my lighting. So
You mean like this one?
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Just turn mine
Yeah,
on. Helps. Yeah, I've got some lights. I haven't actually turned them. I've never actually turned them on yet. I've got this one, which was a little one that you can actually attach to a camera, and then I've got another set that go on tripods that I haven't used yet.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't really sort of thought out the layout for my room, so I need to put in like another fluoro light or something, like actually above me, just to enhance the lighting a bit better. So that's on my to-do list for next year. So
I need to buy a house before I can do stuff like that.
For now, I've got little tripod lights, but they're okay. I've just sort of got to reposition them a bit better on my build table, but I'll get there.
Yeah.
Small moves.
Is that better for my one now?
Looks fine. Looks fine to me anyway.
I keep forgetting to turn it on. Must do that.
Just trying to figure out. I'm sort of roughing in the first. How do you do it? Where you say I say ground floor and then first floor, second floor, so forth. Do you do the same?
Yeah, it's the only way.
Yeah, because then I'll have like other people count the first, like the ground floor as first floor, and then for second, third, fourth, so forth. But anyway,
no, ground floor is the ground floor. The first floor is the first floor.
Yep, that's what I thought.
Not in America. And in America, they put services on the 13th floor because it's unlucky.
Yes.
I'm curious as to if anyone's actually going to be around today.
Because StreamYard usually tells you. I did a stream last night, and it's funny. See, I don't have YouTube yet, and that was something I was going to ask you. How are you finding having the YouTube channel? Like, is it easy enough to manage, like for time balancing, all that sort of stuff?
Oh, it's never enough time to do everything I want to do.
Yeah.
It's no different to having a Facebook channel. I mean, just share. I mean, it becomes harder the more channels you've got because you've got to share the content around.
Yeah. Like I thought my thoughts were if I was going to get a YouTube channel, because a lot of people have asked me, how come you don't have a YouTube channel? And I've always put it down to just not having enough time to commit to. If I was going to do videos, doing the editing, all that sort of stuff, my time's limited at best. So I figured, that's why I started mainly on Instagram because
live streams, because some channels only do live streams, like literally.
Yeah,
and then you have time to do normal videos.
See, that's something where if it's just streaming, then it's not as bad. Then that's cool.
Your StreamYard will do that for you.
Yes. And it's good because it gives you that option where you can download the stream as well, which is that's awesome. Just sort of having
StreamYard or YouTube.
StreamYard.
Oh, yeah, YouTube lets you download it as well.
Yeah. So I mean, there's plenty of options there for doing stuff. But having the ability, like if I was going to do it, I'd still want to stream out to Facebook as well because I've recently started a Facebook page. I'm just converting the GJBricks over to a Facebook page, but because StreamYard doesn't like it doesn't like interacting with profiles, but it will with pages. So that's why I sort of set up a page, and I thought, well, if I was going to do a YouTube channel, I'd still want to keep the Facebook going as well. And I thought, well, that's the thing with StreamYard. And I know there's other programs out there that can do it now where you can stream to multi platforms. So that's good.
Yes. My Facebook page has got quite a few followers, but I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get that much traffic from it.
See, that's when I thought, well, if I started a YouTube channel, it's just getting the traffic onto that as well. So, but I think, I suppose like nearly everyone has YouTube. I think that's why it's so popular. Where you think nearly everyone's got Facebook as well, but everyone keeps saying to me, "Oh, how come you don't have a YouTube channel? Or when are you getting a YouTube channel?" I'm thinking, well, what's wrong with Facebook? But anyway.
There you go. I just followed your Facebook page as my page.
Oh, good on you, mate. Thanks, mate.
You're welcome.
Trooper.
7:30 says some buildings even skip the 13th floor.
Ah. Okay, yeah. So I'll go straight to 14 or something. 12 and then 14.
That's just ridiculous, isn't it?
I'll just call it like service or utilities floor or something.
It's just a number. Crumbs.
Yeah. Bit of a conundrum. Oh, no. I could do what I was going to. That works. I've just got to.
How many garages are you getting in there? 2?
2, yeah.
The trick is not squeezing the garages in.
Yeah.
And having enough red bricks.
Well, I'm using dark red, so I've amassed an okay enough size of, or amount, of the dark red, and that's only just some of them, but enough to do this build. The thing why I'm forcing myself out of, like, I love working with the dark red and tan brick, tan and brown, tan and sort of the different sort of variations of tan and all that, because I like working with those colours, more of the earth sort of colours and earth tones. But I've already got the little seafood shack is like a tan and another sort of darker colour. My train station's already tan and dark red. So if I did another building, it was nearly going to be the same colour again. And I thought, well, I need to move away from, because it's going to look boring as hell if I've got, almost every building the same sort of basic colour. So I wanted to change it up a little bit. And then I'm saying that, you imagine how frustrating it would have been being a mock builder back in, say, the 90s, where we didn't have the colour palette that we have now.
Were there mock builders in the 90s?
Was it like 80s, 90s? There wasn't as many. Like, you look, well, the Friends theme introduced, or made a lot of more, those sort of colours more like accessible, I suppose is the word. Possibly, you know what I mean, where you saw tan brick being used a lot more, not just in some of the Star Wars sets, where like Obi-Wan's hut and for example, but and a lot of the Hogwarts sets are using the tan color as well. So but when you go back and have a look at what sort of color variety we did have, it was more of the blue. Now look at the different variations of blue that they've got. Red, yellow, green. They've got different shades of green now, and greys, dark grey. I mean, we didn't have as much back then as what we do now, with the different
shades of green.
So I don't know, maybe that's just me, but I think not saying that we're spoilt now with colours, but I think, like, you can just look at this now, like I've got hashtag clown bricks, but you know, look at all the different colors there. You've got the difference of pinks and, you know, in the much darker green. Oh, speaking of darker green, did you have you seen the Bunnings warehouse? No, I know it's not a Lego set, but have you seen the Bunnings warehouse set that they've got out?
I have indeed.
I was
half expecting to get it for Christmas.
Well, Santa Claus decided to not only drop some Lego off at my place, but he also dropped off the Bunnings warehouse set. And I looked at it and I went, oh, yeah, I'll give it a go. What I can say is that the instructions, as far as the little instruction sheet is concerned, Lego, thankfully, know what they're doing with instructions. That's all I'm going to say. But what I've thought of doing, because the really dark green color, and when I say dark green, because that set comes with, it's probably not going to show real great on camera, and it is supposed to be dark green, but it's not showing.
It's black, yeah.
It looks black, but it is that sort of very dark green color. Well, it's like dark green and white is that sort of the colors that they used in this Bunnings set. And I looked at that and I thought, okay, because it's not like, it's more or less micro scale size. It's not minifig scale. But I thought, you could do a minifig scale size, but it would be big. Like, I mean, you could probably fit it on 2 48 by 48s, and that's without an interior. If you just wanted to get length, I think it'd be a really sort of squishy. You'd be hard pressed to fit it on a single 48 by 48. Like, if you're going more for that rectangle look rather than a square look, where if you split it across 2 48s, and sort of how they did it with that actual Bunnings set is more or less they put it on 2 32 by 32 base plates. So, but anyway, that was
huge.
That set. It seemed hell bent on crushing my will to work with bricks again. Yeah, it was challenging. It was challenging, and it really shouldn't have been. But thankfully, Lego know how to do an instruction manual or a booklet. Like, they really actually, you can tell they've spent a lot of time on that, because almost any set that you get, you can build by following the instructions, and they make it simple enough that you probably, but yeah, this other one,
Lepan would have been doomed if they couldn't copy Lego's instructions, wouldn't they?
Well, I said in my stream last night, I went, if anyone has cracked the code for doing that little set, let me know, because yeah, that was frustrating. Wow. Oh yeah, good times.
I've seen a few people do DIY stores.
Yeah.
And you're right, they do generally end up being ridiculous.
Well,
I'd rather do a shopping mall, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to do an exterior. Like, I've kept the sticker sheet. So I built I managed to finish making the set, but I didn't apply the stickers to it. And I thought, well, I could effectively do a purist's Lego build. The only thing that wouldn't be genuine would be the stickers, because, Lego doesn't make a Bunnings Warehouse Lego set. So, but you do see people that do, Lego mocks, but they get custom stickers printed. So I don't have a problem with it at all. I think if I'm going to do it, if I can build it out of Lego bricks and then just put the stickers on, it's still going to look pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got some of the Eclipse graphics.
Yeah, they do some great stickers.
Yeah, I've got one. I've got the Jaws poster.
Yeah, that's cool.
And the Iron Man spray painted wall.
That's cool.
I need to do my train station. I thought they'd be good sort of parts to use in that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've thought of doing like a little subway sort of interior and have like different advertisements on like the clear sort of window frame piece almost, where you could easily do that and use up a heap of them, and have like different advertisements and that. That'd be cool. Got to go and get some white plate pieces because I've overlooked something and I thought, okay, I'm not going to make it work how I wanted it to work, which is fine, but I'll be back in a sec.
No problem. So who's in the stream still? Who's still watching? Quiet night tonight. No, 7:30. I noticed that as well, actually. The Chinese sets had both been listed as discontinued suddenly. I had not heard that was happening. So, yeah. No, they're gone. And that was a bit of a surprise. I've got the... I do have the Latin set. That was a lovely set. I never got the other one. I always thought about getting the other one, but couldn't bring myself to do it. Just wasn't quite... Didn't feel like it was the best value for money, whereas the Lantern set felt like it was actually pretty good value for money. So I am considering the garden set that's coming out. Definitely on my maybe lists. Oh. There's some rummaging for bricks in the background. Oh, all right, mate. Tired today. Been tired the last few days. My wife's been the same. Oh, see, here we go. Yawning already. Just don't seem to have any energy at the moment. So I'm probably not going to make this a late stream tonight. Just wanted to crack on with building. I thought I'd fire it up because I didn't do any over the weekend. Again, because I was too tired. Did my gardening today, though. That felt good. Getting outside. Although I did have one problem, which was I smashed my toe yesterday. My little toe caught something while I was wearing sandals. And, yeah. Let's just say I swore a lot as I fell over because I'd suddenly lost all ability to stand up. How are you going, sir?
Back
again. You all right there, mate? Sounds like you're having a bit of a fight with your Lego.
Yeah, all good. So I forgot to grab some parts from earlier, so I was just... I had to hit the inventory stash to get some extra parts out.
Ah, that's right.
Nothing like an ice cold beer at the end of the day.
My glass is in it. I'm considering whether or not I'm going to go and get a refill or not.
I was going to say, what, you got a leak in the glass or something there, mate?
Oh, no, I've been drinking that for like the last 2 hours. It was almost up to room temperature. It was kind of a sin, really. Yeah, it's not just me. Sorry, I'm just talking. I just said my energy levels have been crap the last sort of week or so, and Drew said exactly the same thing. It's like, yeah, bloody frustrating.
I think it's the whole sort of, leading up to Christmas and then sort of finally getting that, a bit of time off. And then, you're almost lethargic because it's like, I can relax for a little bit. And you just really feel like relaxing and doing bugger all.
Yeah. I've got 3 children. It never bloody stops.
Well, I know what it's like with 2. I can only imagine adding an extra child would just, zap the energy out of you pretty quick.
Oh, such a will to live, especially when one of them's being a bit obnoxious at the moment.
Yeah.
My middle child's going through middle child syndrome at the moment, and it's not pleasant.
Oh, okay.
And you try and smother her with attention, and
Yeah.
No matter how hard you try, she still manages to make everything hard. So,
Yep.
and then my little one's getting curious about everything, and is starting to copy the middle child as well, and starting to say no to things. It's like, oh God, no.
Yeah, it's a sad day when they learn that word, isn't it?
Oh, jeez. Well, she said the other day, on Christmas Day, she said, I hate you, Dad.
Oh, that's not cool.
It's like, what?
Oh,
Well,
that's terrible.
I have kids till they were 4 to say that.
Oh, yeah. I'm lucky. I suppose my kids didn't really go through that phase, but I'm thinking it's going to come back to haunt us as they get older.
They don't bloody mean it. They say it, and
No.
then like 5 minutes later, they're like, they pretend like they never said it. It's like,
Yeah.
Damage now.
Yep. Damage is done.
You knew you did it.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Speaking of
There they are.
difficult children.
Yeah.
Hi, Duff.
Oh.
You sound like you need a mummy cuddle. What's up? What's up? Oh, you need to do it. They all got given Bluey nighties on Christmas.
Oh, Bluey's awesome.
Oh, it's such a good cartoon. Now we have a tradition of giving them pajamas on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, yeah. My wife likes.
I got them the we couldn't find decent Christmas ones, and I got them Bluey ones to give them as presents, and so we just said, "Well, just give them those."
Yeah. Bluey's awesome. I'm a big fan of Bluey. Our kids, like even my son, loves Bluey. He's 10, and he loves it. He'll happily sit there and watch it. Like I'll put it on if I'm in the Lego room just mucking around. I'll put it on in the background. And all the kids will be in with me, and yeah, we all end up sitting there watching it for a while.
Yeah, I got them the little minifigure pack from Target, the one that's got like it's got the mum, dad, the 2 kids.
Oh, cool.
3 of their friends and one of their cousins.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Amazon yesterday may have had the dad's car on special.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. Bluey's awesome.
Not much. In your bottle? Isn't it in your bed? You don't need this one's obsessed with bottles. I can't get her off bottles.
Yeah.
Bottle after bottle after bottle, and then ends up waking up because she's weed herself, or
Yep.
Trauma of parenthood. Hi, Douglas McBricken. Ho, ho, ho. All right.
G'day.
Are you going to give Mum a cuddle? Can you give Mum a cuddle?
Oh.
Mummy cuddle? Yeah?
Let's see if I can do that. Don't know how this is going to work, but we'll give it a try. Because you never know. Ordinarily, I've got Tazzman running my second camera, but that's okay. See our top-down view. All expenses spared at GJBricks with production. But that's all right. For those curious to see what we're doing, GJBricks there, he's doing the Creator Bookstore, and I'm working on a fire station mock, or firehouse mock. See how we go with that mock. It's going to be fun. sort of trying different color usages. I've got to get out of using the colors I usually like working with. Otherwise, all my buildings will end up the same color, which wouldn't be real cool. Because I wanted to do something else, didn't I? Oh, bugger. That's right. It's still workable. It's still going to be workable. It's a bit of a... What to do, because I'm trying to do something, but oh yeah, that's right. That's still achievable.
Thought I'd make a different sound on camera to the usual opening bags and rummaging through bricks.
Oh, that's the way. Nice. That's a far better sound if you want my personal opinion. I think that's a better sound you got there, mate.
Well, this is the guarantee to make me wake up during the night for the bathroom.
Yeah.
Can't win.
It sucks when you get older because I remember in the younger days you could have a fairly decent night out on the on the vacation juice, and then manage to sort of sleep through, but when you start to get older, you find that you're needing to get up more often through the night, and your on-hold button doesn't last as long as what it used to.
Oh no, I've always had a weak bladder, unfortunately. Doesn't matter how much I drink, how much I try and stretch it and hold it in, never works.
Yeah, and the stupid thing is, like, you lay there awake, it's like, no, I can hold it, and I can hold it, I can hold it. And you'll do that for 10 or 15 minutes, and you think, now, if I'd have just got up 10, 15 minutes ago, went to the toilet, and then come back, you could have been asleep. You could have did what you had to do and then gone back to sleep again. Yep. But no, I seem to sit there and go, no, I can wait this out.
I'm stubborn. I can do this. We are on a live Lego stream talking about midnight toilet habits.
It's a stream without a little bit of toilet humour.
Oh, exactly. I got my kids for Christmas two books that I was amazed that Kmart sold. One was Girls Don't Fart, and the other was Mums Don't Fart.
Now I've got to go to Kmart and find those books just for laughs.
My wife read the Mums Don't Fart one to the kids today.
Oh, see, that's something I should that's something I should look for, actually.
I love all that kind of crap. My kids thought it's hysterical too, because I go through making the sound effects as well.
Well, you got to have the sound effects. It wouldn't be you got to help bring the book to life.
Whoever wrote the book had a good appreciation for toilet humor.
Yeah. Exactly. Sorry for the rummaging of bricks sound there, mate.
That's all right. It's a good sound.
I had my I've changed microphones the last, I suppose, month or so. I had a headset mic which was okay, but it was picking up the immediate sound, and you could rummage through parts and it would barely even pick it up. But the Yeti mic, as good as what it is, that's the thing. If it is that good, that it'll pick up sounds from a mile away, and it's like, okay. I was in here rummaging through, and I'm going, yeah, that's probably coming through on the stream now.
What Yeti did you get?
It's the silver one. Don't ask me anything else. I'll have to go and find the box. But it's
there's like several different versions, because there's like the Yeti Nano, the Yeti, I think mine was the Yeti USB. It's called.
I've got a US. Well, the one that I've got is USB.
Yeah, but it's actually a model called USB, and it's different because it's slightly smaller than the normal Yeti.
Yeah.
And it's like, because then they did another one as well after that, and it's got like the sound field on it, so you can say whether it's like a straight ahead or around it.
Mine's got that. Mine says the blue. It's got blue on it, but it's not the color blue. It's a silver color.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the original version of it, I think.
Yeah, it works really well, and it's got the same settings on the back where you can adjust the direction of the actual microphone itself. So I've seen a few people use this one for like doing podcasts and that as well, where it's not too bad. And I've got it far and sorry.
Go on after you.
I was going to say I've got it far enough away where it's not picking up the popping sound, whereas if you're right up close to it, it gets that the popping, sound. But anyway,
my concern is because it's next to the computer that it picks up the fan noise.
Oh, I noticed. Yeah, I noticed that last night, and I even commented on it because my PC wasn't running extra hot or anything, but I could hear the fans through my headset, and I'm thinking, wow, okay, it's not that hot. The PC's not working overtime, but yeah, it picks up the fan sound really easy.
I've got a desk fan going at the moment too, so that's probably not helping.
I can only hear it just a little bit, so it's not too bad.
And if I turn that off, can you hear that? Has that made a difference?
Like a tiny. Well, to me, a little tiny bit, but I'm not worried about it, man. That's
no. I'm just curious as to whether or not that was what was making the noise. I have to have the fan because it's just too warm in here otherwise.
Yeah, I don't have air conditioning in my room, so I had a pedestal fan on a couple of weeks. Oh, was it a week? Maybe last week. And if I had it on swivel, the microphone would pick it up, and I'd get the wind sound through the microphone. So I had to stop the fan from oscillating and just have it on still. But
this is just like a USB powered one that was in Kmart's Christmas section.
Oh yeah,
we fill it every year.
Yeah. Yeah, I sort of, I mean, the Yeti mics are a great brand. I just think I probably went a bit overkill in getting it. I probably could have saved myself, a little bit more.
I don't think you did, to be honest, because all the cheaper ones, they're not that much more expensive than a cheap one.
Yeah. But so far, I'm liking the Yeti. It seems to be doing the job so far.
Oh, I think I'll have to remind.
I cannot, for the life of me, find this bloody. Oh, that's not frustrating. Oh, I have to go for another trip to the parts bin. That's fine. Hey, I'm just thinking.
Brickin anyway. He jumped on and not said anything other than hello.
G'day.
There we go, the Moby Brick. I just ask a serious question. How good is beer?
Oh, mate. I'm a huge fan.
I actually had like 2 weeks of not drinking it recently.
Well, we can do a virtual cheers if you want. I've got mine at the ready.
All right, there you go. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Done.
Enjoy. Cheers. Go the old Great Northerns.
Do you know what? I buy the cheap German beer at my local bottle shop, which is a first choice, I think it is.
All right. Yeah.
I've got to say, I really enjoy it because it's got so much taste.
Yeah, they do. I noticed that from an Oktoberfest that I can't remember. Hence, but yes. Yeah.
I can't remember it.
Funny thing that now that you mention it, I may have had just more than one. I want to say more than one. Although some of them, you can have one and it feels like you've had 6 standard beers. Yeah. Some of them can hurt. Like, oh.
Why? Since I've become a parent, my capacity for beer has gone down considerably.
Yeah.
I used to be able to drink like 10 pints of beer and be fine. Now it's like, yeah, 2 pints of beer. I'm in trouble.
Yep. Yeah, I find now if you have, more than a couple, you get sleepy. It's like, no, I was going to do a stream tonight, but no, although I wasn't going to go in and build tonight. I think I'm just going to go to bed. But you usually have a pretty good sleep as well. So until you've got to get up and visit the bathroom.
Anyway, who else came to this Alcoholics Anonymous meeting?
It's always good to have a few cold beers every now and then. Drink in moderation.
To the professional stage of putting the glasses in the fridge yet. Although I do love the way Australians do that.
Yeah, especially in summer. It's great.
Actually, I need to dust off my barbecue. I have a massive confession. I've not used my barbecue for 2 years.
2 years?
Well, sorry, yeah, I didn't use it at all last year.
Wow.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess if you're busy, stuff happens. If the weather's not great, well, barbecuing when it's really bad weather's not always fun. Like unless you've got it in like a covered section, like in a covered area, like a covered patio or a covered deck section of your house or whatever. Sure, but if you don't have it covered and it's really bad weather, well, it takes the fun.
I've got like a covered area out the back, but it doesn't feel right putting the barbecue on it.
No.
I'm worried I'll set fire to the house if I do.
Yeah. that is a concern. And
I'd be worried then I'd lose my Lego collection if that happened, which is terrible.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
Under my tables just now looking for something, and I'm like, I've got too much Lego.
Yeah, but you find when you start doing mocks, then you go, I don't have enough Lego. I need to order more of this part. And then before you know it, you've spent more than what you'd pay for getting a mock on parts. I've done that, but
Well, I've got to be honest. I look at some of the sets that are under there. I'm like, I'm probably never actually going to build them.
Yeah.
Had big ideas for them, but never actually got to it. Like I've got the bat cave. I really want to do a bat cave, but again, I'm like,
cool.
To build.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not exactly the easiest thing to incorporate into like a city or something.
Well, I've got a couple of good spots for it, to be honest, but
it's still getting that, like I said, getting the room, the space to put it. That's why most of the sets that I buy, I try and think of, okay, if I'm not going to use it as it is it worth getting where I can at least use use it for a mock, like, you know, that 3-in-1 toy shop that had the little ride thing on it.
I have 2 of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 3, and
You have to one up me, don't you? Jeez.
only because I've got a different mock in mind, but I didn't have enough of the particular part that I wanted. But I knew that if I got the extra set, the other parts I'd use anyway, so I didn't see it as a waste of money. Like, it's not like I bought the set to get 2 parts. You know, like, I could have easily either ordered them online or whatever, but just having the, you know, so like the first floor, that sort of blue, whatever that, or teal, whatever that color is.
Yeah.
That I didn't have much of at all. And I'm like, you know what? Even if I don't use it straight away, I know I'm going to eventually. And that set alone, and the window pieces, because they're that little bit, the window pieces are a different size to what I've got as well. So, but that's a cool set. That's cool.
Yeah, the miniature rocket ship they did for it was excellent.
Oh, definitely. That's such a cool little build. And it works. That's the thing. It's not static. It works.
Given, did you get the, it doesn't work, does it? Oh, I see. Sorry, I misread something. Did you get the original Lego Ideas one of that?
No, I didn't. Did you get it?
Yeah, I've got it somewhere. Buried in this room. My room
is it as like well, obviously it's going to be better than the other one, but
the little one's like not bad, really.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, for what you get, it's pretty cool.
Hats off to Drew there. He's not had a drink for 13 years.
Done well, mate. Done very well.
I occasionally slip when I go out drinking with friends, I think, but I don't drink a huge amount at home. I think that's always been my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think that I drink the most at home when I'm actually going to see my parents in the UK, because my dad's always got a crate of beer and, like, you know, a dozen bottles of wine and.
That's cool. No, I don't mind it. Like, I've settled down from what I used to, you know, what I used to be when I was younger. And now that I've got kids, you know, and you look at the cost of, like, I'll still get a carton every now and then, but, you know, I still see it as, well, what used to be the beer fund is my Lego fund. So, you know, it all goes towards getting Lego sets or getting parts and stuff. So
This is true. This is true.
So as long as you don't drink and drive, that's
Yep. Oh, idiots who do that.
yeah.
Like my dad.
Well, I've had first-hand experience at it because I was struck on my motorbike by a drunk driver. So.
Oh, you said, yeah.
But see, everyone says, "Oh, you're on a motorbike." It's like, yeah, you can still get into accidents in the car.
There's no excuse for.
It is no, and it's yeah.
None.
And it's like, it wasn't like I was blasting down the highway doing wheelies and stuff like that. I was stopped at the red light. The light went green for me. So obviously, what do you do at a green light? When it's green for you, you go. And the red light was for the other driver who decided, nah, shit, you're right, mate. And just plowed on through.
Oh, invincible.
Yeah. So, yeah, don't drink and drive. And was lucky that, you know, sure, I was injured, and yeah, there was, you know, but I was able to get back on the bike again within time, but you know, unfortunately, others aren't so lucky.
Well, I saw someone the other day. I swear was drink driving. He was no way. I couldn't see him looking at a phone.
Yeah.
He was swerving all over the road. And
that's the other one that annoys me too is people on the phone when they're actually driving. It's like, really? No, not cool.
No, it's disgraceful.
But on to a more lighter topic. Have you seen, because I just finished watching it before your stream, this Disney Plus does this thing called Gallery, and they did it for season 1 for Mandalorian.
Oh, no, I need to watch that.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that was very entertaining. Oh, cool. It was so cool. Yeah, it's like John, Dave Filoni and John Favreau. It's like I'm not saying that they've saved, that they've saved Star Wars. I know some people will say, oh yeah, they've saved it. I just like the fact that they have paid so much respect to the movies, to what George Lucas has done, and
they did save Star Wars. They did save Star Wars.
Yeah,
in my books, what they've done with The Mandalorian is more Star Warsy than any of the sequels.
Yeah, I'm a huge it has reignited my spark for Star Wars. That
and did you see? And I was looking up. I don't know if he contributed to season 2 or not. Season 3, episodes 1 and 3. George Lucas is a co-writer on.
Ah, I didn't look that.
I spotted it on IMDb the other day by accident.
Okay. Well, there you go.
So that's like instantly, like you've brought the guy who came up with the whole bloody universe back into the show. Like he's at the point where he's actually that interested in the show that he wants to be involved.
Yeah.
And Disney's clearly gone, well, what's her face who was at Lucas cocked up the movies so much? Let's fix this.
Oh, what was there? Yeah, I know the one you're talking about, the one that took over. Is it Kathy, whatever her name is? Is that the one?
And she made a lot of the decisions on what was like made the prequels so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, the sequels so bad.
Well, I mean, I mean, it's easy for us to sit back and say that. I mean, I think Star Wars, I mean, anyone taking that away from, from George Lucas and going, okay, well, we're going to buy it out and then, keep it going. I think you're not going to be able to please everybody, and it's a really big set of shoes to try and fill. But I'm genuinely in awe for what they've been able to do and what technology's allowed them to do now with The Mandalorian and season 2. Wow, that blew me away. I'm like, okay, wow, that is so cool. Season 1 alone was fantastic.
I mean, I'm glad Boba Fett was finally brought back as well.
How cool was that? And it wasn't just a different actor; it was the actor.
Was it? I was wondering that. I didn't realize that.
No, it's him. I shouldn't, well, not really spoil.
If no one has watched it yet, should have watched it by now. They're not Star Wars fans.
Yeah, exactly. But so it's not like I'm giving away storylines or anything. But no, it is that actor. It's him.
Everybody that's on the Razor Crest Lego set now crying.
Yeah. But no, it is the New Zealand actor who, it is him. He's back. So
it's funny because in the original movies, he was like, for some reason, he was always a character that really appealed to me, and yet he bloody thing.
Yep. No, it's him. Yeah, when I saw that, because that and plus other stuff's in that gallery thing. So when you do get some time, yeah, watch it. Definitely, you'll appreciate it. Obviously, being a Star Wars fan, you'll definitely appreciate it.
Now, this is my issue with this set. That's the bookshop.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there. There's like
No.
a couple of books at the back, and there's a bookshelf there, but like there's this big hole with nothing in it. Like,
Yeah.
they could have done something wonderful there.
Maybe the owners of the store have fell upon some hard times, and I suppose with recent happenings around the globe, maybe their supply is.
Now I feel guilty for the store owners. Right? God damn it!
Hey, well, I'm trying to think of reasons as to why, for a bookstore, it's basically what 10 books, call it a day. It's like, no, that's not a bookstore.
Maybe they've gone with like trying to make it like a super premium shop.
Yeah.
The only show like the like
Yeah. I really think I see that set as a bit of a missed opportunity, especially that bookstore build. I like it. I love the exterior. I love the color choices, absolutely. But the interior, and see, again, you're always going to get the argument of, okay, they could have done a bit more, and everyone else would be like, well, that's going to drive the pricing up of the set. But to add a few extra books, I don't think it would have driven the price up to like an extra $50 or something. But it's not like you're paying what we had to pay for like the UCS Millennium Falcon. Like in Australia, you can nearly kiss goodbye $1,200. Well, that's if you're going to pay retail for it. You're dropping, what was it? Nearly 11. It was over $1,100 here, wasn't it?
$400. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's. Yeah.
I don't have it.
No, neither do I.
Can't justify it, but I really want it.
I'm the same. You and I are in the same boat on that one, mate. I want it, but not for the price.
I've got my brick hawk set up on it, and if it hits $800 somewhere, I will buy it. But it's not going to happen.
No.
And as long as they take Afterpay.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. It's just out of my reach at the moment. Considering I want to save up for the Cantina set.
Oh, you said that before, yeah.
Yeah. That's definitely going to take precedent.
I'm not that in love with it.
I think for me, the nostalgia. It's for me personally. It's got a very big nostalgia factor. It was one of the few sort of movies that, movies that my mum and I used to love sitting down and watching. Like my dad was never a fan, but but mum, she was a huge fan of Star Wars, so that was something that we could bond over as well. So I remember one year in one of the bookstores, I found a book of it was the making of the 3 movies, and it had all like a lot of the behind the scenes photos and that, and it was really cool. And I got that for mum as I think it was like a Christmas present or birthday present. It was one of them. And she's read that book so many times now, but she loves it, and it was, again, it was nice to find something that we could share that bit of a bond over, so for me, definitely a big fan.
My kids were talking about Jurassic World the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I said, oh, yeah, they haven't seen the movies. They're too young. But
Yeah.
I said, oh, yeah, I saw the one that they're all based on when I was a kid. Like, that's one of my fondest memories was seeing Jurassic Park at the movies. It was just such an incredible experience.
Yeah.
It was unlike anything you've ever seen.
Yeah, seeing it on a big screen when you were a kid, like it's like especially the part in the where the cup of water or the glass of water is on like the dash, whatever you want to call it, of the car, and then when you get the T-Rexes, you know, making his way closer, like they made that look so freaking real. It was like, oh, and you really did, like as a kid, you felt like, okay, there's a dinosaur coming, especially when you're in a big cinema or something where the sound, you know, is just like, you know, that Dolby surround sound. It's like, oh, as a kid, yeah, that was scary.
And now kids will look at that and go, that doesn't look real.
You got to remember back then, that's
still using plasticine puppets for some stuff.
Yeah.
What's a plasticine puppet? Dope.
Yeah. And then your kids just won't believe you. It's like, yeah, right, Dad. And it's like, no, that actually happened. Oh, something I've do you have a working VHS player?
Oh, I got one at my parents' house in the UK.
Imagine now, like, so I've got my son who's 10, my daughter is 7. And what I've wanted to do is set them up with, like, my wife's still kept a couple of old Disney movies on VHS. Like, she's got them in storage, but she still has the actual movies. I'm pretty sure she's got, like, it's either Beauty and the Beast and maybe the Little Mermaid still on VHS. So I'd love to set, like, my our main TV still has the 3, you know, your for your, you know, you can hook up an old VHS player with your yellow for your vision and then your red and white for your audio. Yeah. The RGB. So I could set one up and say, okay, here you go, kids. Here's a movie, and just see them go, what's this? You know, like, really, this is a movie? It's like, yeah, that's how we used to watch them when we were kids.
What's the wavy line thing happening? Oh, that's June.
Yeah. How come I can't skip forward 10 seconds or something like that, like you can with the, you know, with like Netflix and Disney Plus, so you can skip ahead and back 10 seconds?
No, you can. There's a button that does that, but it has to wind the tape.
Yeah.
If you do it too many times, the tape breaks.
That's right. And then you've either got to stop the movie and then rewind and then watch the little numbers count back down on the little tiny screen on the video player. Because people tell you if you do it while it's running, like while the movie's still playing, it can damage, or in some cases, if you haven't cleaned the video player, it'll chew up your tape as you're trying to rewind or fast forward. So
an early DVD adopter.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Samsungs were like the best thing, and certain models you could unlock them to unlock the other regions, so you could actually buy a good selection of movies.
That's true. Yeah. God, we're showing our age now, aren't we?
Got to explain all of this to my kids at some point.
Yeah, mine would be like, oh, yeah, right, Dad. And I was like, no, that's what we did back then. This was, you know, pre-Netflix and pre-Disney and all the other ones that are out now.
This is an iPod. This revolutionized music.
Yep.
This is a Walkman. This revolutionized music too.
Yep. Or Discman as well. Exactly.
Yeah, I remember I was at the Apple event where they announced the iPod originally.
Oh,
away from the show, and I'm just like, I need one. That's just freaking incredible.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then I got it, and I showed some friends who weren't really tech people, and they're like, "My God, that's amazing! I need one of those."
Yep.
And now you can't buy iPods.
No.
How sad is it?
It's sad. Nowadays, no.
Gutted because I was still using my original 5 gig iPod because that was like indestructible.
Yeah.
One night I went out drinking from work and left it on my desk, and somebody robbed the office and they stole 4 Macs and my iPod.
That sucks.
I'm like, no.
I remember, you know, the comedian and actor Patton Oswalt.
No.
Have you seen the movie Ratatouille? The animated one? Well, he's the voice of Remy, the rat.
All right.
Did you ever watch King of Queens, the TV show that had Leah Remini and Kevin James in it?
No.
Okay. Trying to think of other stuff that Patton Oswalt's been in. He's been in a few different things, but he being a comedian, he did a really funny bit about him going back in time and finding like his, or vice versa, where you go back in time and you find yourself in the past, and you're from the future, and you find yourself, and you go up and you say, "G'day, how you going?" And then he does this bit where it's like, "Oh," because back in the past he was walking along and he had like an old Walkman, and he's just like, "Okay, I'm gonna hand you this," and basically hands him a USB device, and past Patton goes, "Well, what's this?" "Well, this has got music on it." It's like, "Oh, how many songs can you fit on there?" It's like basically every song that's ever existed you can fit on this tiny little device. Like for us, an iPod did that. It took away, if you were using a Walkman or a Discman, having to carry around those little, what they would call wallet size. Yeah, right. With all your discs in there. And all of a sudden you've got, this is even pre-iPod, because you remember when, just before the iPod came out, there was a few MP3 players that never took off.
Creative and people like that. They're creative.
Yeah.
Sort of really clunky and hard to use. And
yeah, really. And then Apple cracked the formula to not only make it easy to use, but it looked cool and it worked like a treat. Yeah, so it's cool. I remember getting it was the 5. I think I had a 5 gig iPod there at one stage. And then you had the iPod Touch. You remember that one that came out? It was almost like it was flatter, it had that, you could play games on it. Like, it was cool.
I got I got the iPod Nano. Remember the Nano?
Oh, the Nano, yeah.
That came out literally as I was going backpacking.
Oh, cool.
It couldn't have been timed much better. So it was absolutely perfect for that. But Apple did a recall on it, and I got the newer model as a result of that, which was better and smaller. But I kind of regret giving up that original model.
Yeah, it would have been cool just to hang on to it. Explode. Well, yeah, bit of a safety issue there.
Bloody Sony batteries. Oh.
Damn those exploding batteries.
Sony, there's a company that's fallen from grace, really, haven't they? It's funny. Like, I read the Steve Jobs biography, and it's funny. Like, they were trying to do work with Sony, and it's like they said, like, every department in Sony is at war with every other department in Sony. That's why they can't get anything to work.
But you also hear that kind of, even in, like, you'll hear other stories about Steve Jobs, back when he was, so when the iPhone came out, so each time when they were trying to better the previous release, where he would push, but how much of that's true, I suppose you don't know. But I mean, he made it happen. That's the thing. Whether
so some people said that that book made him look like an asshole, but I don't think it did at all. I think it just made him look like somebody really passionate who actually knew what the fuck he was doing.
Exactly. And love him or hate him, the thing is he changed, or he changed the landscape for smartphones, for like now how in demand they are.
It changed. Well, first of all, he changed home computing.
Well, yeah, and the way that we listen to music, and now the way that we use phones. I mean, compare a BlackBerry to an even a first generation iPhone. Speaking of, I think I still actually have possibly I'd have to look around, but I've kept a couple of my old iPhones.
I've still got the original 2G iPhone.
Yeah, I think I've got, yeah,
which I used a lot actually. I haven't used it since, but I had one blooming accident where it was in my pocket with the screen facing out, and I've learned this lesson now. Basically put a line on the screen.
Oh, bugger. Yeah, that'll do it.
Dead pixels. I'm like, oh no. So now whenever my phone's in my pocket, the screen's always facing inwards.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'm going to get to the end of this bag and call it a night. I'm struggling with it tonight. I'm also building really slowly.
Yeah, I'm sort of struggling for parts a bit as well, because I thought I grabbed enough that I needed and I haven't, and I'm just like, oh, bugger. Yeah, I sort of felt a little bit flat there today. I don't know why. It's like you said, you sort of get that little bit of a feeling of just being a bit meh,
I've had that. Like, I mean, I need to get out of my funk. I need to find a job. I need to do various things. I've been getting ratty with my kids a lot lately, which is annoying. Well, I should be doing more with my kids, and I'm getting angry with them about so many things. So I need a break.
It's not easy though. The time that we're in at the moment with what's been going on, and just when you feel that everything's going to get back to normal, and then something happens, and it's like, yeah, it's affected a lot of the way that we live, and especially the employment landscape as well.
Yeah, me and my wife have, I think, come up with a business idea that I'm going to start work on as well this week, on top of trying to find a job.
Yeah. Well, good luck with it, mate. Hopefully something comes your way.
Well, I'm not worried. It's just a matter of getting my head in the right mindset. For some reason, just being defeated lately.
Yeah. No, it's like you said, it can be just little things, and then little things become big things. And
PlayStation is the only success. No, the Walkman is a success.
Yeah.
I presume you mean for Sony, which incidentally, I didn't realize this till recently. The Sony PlayStation is actually what Sony had developed with Nintendo, and Nintendo basically didn't see a future for it.
Wow.
Sony went it alone.
Jeez. Upper days. Yeah, how would you like to be the person at Nintendo who sort of made that call?
Yeah.
Just to see how popular. I mean, but I suppose, well, look, when the Nintendo Wii came out, that was cool. That sort of went, that did really well for them there. But now look at Lego and Nintendo with doing the Super Mario Brothers theme, in Lego.
I don't think the Super Mario theme's doing very well, though.
I wonder if it's gonna. Oh, well, hopefully it won't suffer the same fate as the Hidden Side, where they do 2 runs and it's like, yep, that's it, we're done.
No, because the Hidden Side stuff was so blooming good.
Yeah,
I'm still bummed about that.
I say to my son, he's completely devastated. Like, we knew, like I said, we knew that there was gonna, when it was coming to an end, so we got, whatever we could get for him, and you know, he's happy, but he's still bummed by it as well. He's just like, that's not fair. And I said, mate, I know there's nothing I can do about it. We'll get you what we can, and then, you know, you'll still have the sets. And at the moment, I think the app still works. So I mean, you know,
I think the app will continue to work. They'll just remove the online component, which I didn't like.
Yeah, it was a bit sort of. I found it a bit sort of clunky in that as well. Like it was a bit.
I found the online bit a bit invasive.
Yeah.
Like you have to do the online bit to do certain things. It's like, why?
Yeah, there's a bit hit and miss on that one too. But yeah,
I'm getting really annoyed with games at the moment because my kids want to play games on the phone, but like they're all ad supported and
yeah.
Why can't I buy this game? Like, why? What's wrong with me paying $5 for this game?
Yeah.
And then it's done. Like
exactly. Like how it used to be.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas now you pay, like, see, I won't subscribe to the Microsoft. What is it, like the thing that you can get as part of the Microsoft Live thing, where you get you spend. I think you can nearly spend like $100 a month or something, but you get all this stuff, and I'm just like, $100 a month, or might be less than that, even if it was $50 a month or something, you know. But yeah, I still just like, you know, buying the game outright and then, you know, getting to enjoy it as it is. I do like when they bring out like the deluxe edition, so that you'll get a couple of extra, you know, bonus packs, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, if I'm going to buy a game, it's because I want to actually buy it, not play 3 levels and then have to pay $5 and then get 2 more levels and then pay another $5 to get the rest. It's like, just let us buy the thing outright, you know?
Yeah, agree.
But that's me as well. But I mean, you know,
I know. I think there's a lot to be said for like these packs. There was one I was playing recently where it had buy any add-on. Like you have to spend like $1 or $2 for an add-on.
Yeah,
and no more ads.
Yeah,
that was great. I don't want to buy an add-on for that. My kids were enjoying the game. They wanted something added to it. I got it. It cost me $2. No ads. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when most of them say, "How old are you?" and you say, "Well, 6." So, okay, well, technically, legally, you shouldn't be serving ads to a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. No, it's my daughter, like, there's certain games that she'll see an ad for, but there's a particular company where like they release a heap of games that look good, and then you get maybe 3 levels, and then that's it. You got to pay up, and then it's like, or you'll barely even, or they'll be time delayed where you'll get, you know, most of it for a certain amount of time, and then like after half an hour or an hour of use or whatever works out, it stops, or you've got to pay, or you just delete the game. It's like,
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, the kids will be like, hey, you know.
Back to what I was saying about Creator Expert set and the size of what you build. So I mean that building is actually only half the base plate.
Yeah. Because it really is. They really don't give you a lot of room. Like, I know that if I was going to do a mock of that, I would use as much as I could of the base plate, where I wouldn't be as worried about having like an alleyway at the rear of the building, or like a laneway or something. Like if I was going to butt it up against another building, like in a street or something, I wouldn't worry about having that room at the back. So you could still, you know, think of it like even Brick Bank. As much as I didn't really love that set all that much, it used up, and it was a corner build, but it still used up, you know, right up to the edge of the base plate. Whereas, and I think even the corner garage did that as well. Not as much because I had that little bit at the back, but anyway. I mean, but you look at the difference now, even with the Parisian restaurant. And that had a rear section as well, but it felt like you got more in that build, and you probably didn't, but it felt like you got more.
I think the detective's office has always felt like the best value for me.
Yeah, that's a cool set. Yeah, I was glad I got. I'm sort of kicking myself that I didn't get another one just to have it as not so much as a collector's item, but sort of in that way, in that vein. That was a cool set. I'm a big fan of that one.
I'm gonna have to say goodbye because I'm really tired.
No, you're right, mate. Well, there's a sympathy yawn anyway. There's a sympathy yawn for you.
It exists.
It does exist. It's not something that's made up. It's real. No,
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, it's a short stream tonight, but it wasn't a huge crowd. But
thanks for having us on again, mate.
Next time we need a theme. We need to say not just building. We need to actually be talk about a topic or something.
Well, even tonight we talked about the different, like going back from VHS to music players and stuff. So we sort of started that.
We did, and we did start.
You're right. Yeah, definitely. No, I agree. It's cool. Try and find a few fun topics.
All right, guys.
Thanks very much.
We'll see you again soon.
See you next time.